I want to talk about my visit to the Masters tournament, how I prepared, what the day was like, and some tips that I haven't seen anywhere else on YouTube that I'll sprinkle in throughout the video that will really help you and make the day awesome. No matter what the weather is and no matter what day you go, these I think will help. And you really want to maximize this day, whether it's your first time, whether it's a repeat visit, or whether it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So preparing, just like traveling anywhere else, you're going to prepare for the weather. Take a look at the weather. How many layers do I need? What do I need to bring? Do I need to protect from the sun, the rain, raincoat, sunscreen, whatever. One additional thing, first tip, as far as rain goes, is I brought to the hotel a large clear plastic bag. Now I'm going to show exactly why I brought this here in a little bit, but this is to cover the chair that I bought there. Now I didn't end up bringing this because the rain held off. When I went, they called for rain later in the day, in the evening actually. But when we first traveled, we didn't know that, so I brought these. I would recommend bringing a clear plastic bag. Also, I didn't actually wear a hat onto the course because I was going to buy a hat. So I didn't have to worry about bringing a hat there. You can bring a bag. 10-inch by 10-inch by 12-inch is what they allow. Don't push the rules beyond that. Bring your bag. Does not have to be clear. It could be anything. You can put certain things in it. So, not water or fluids, not food, not a cell phone or a tablet or any video recording device that will send an image or a video out. On any day, practice day, tournament day, again, I can't stress this enough, no cell phones, no pads, no nothing that will transmit. On practice days, you can bring a regular camera, which is what I did. I brought a little Nikon. Now, I'm not going to show any photos in this because I hear that the Masters and Augusta National is very picky about that, and I don't want to get in any trouble. So I'm not going to put any images out there right now. Google the images, though. There's a million of them out there. So I brought a camera to take pictures so that I had that memory. Another way that you can get pictures there is you can get a photo of you or your group at Founder Circle in front of the clubhouse, in front of the flowers, Magnolia Lane, the building that's amazing. Go do that. But look close at the hours. And all of this information is on their website or their app. The hours during tournament days are almost all day. I think it's 7:30 to 5. The course, or the gates open at 7 o'clock. Course opens at 7:30. The course closes at 6 o'clock. Go there as early as possible. Parking is plentiful. There's a lot. Parking is quick and easy. You want to get as close as possible. Don't park far away and then just say, we'll walk. And there'll be a reason for that I'll talk about in a minute. The traffic coming into town will look crazy busy. It flows. It's seamless. You know, it's not their first rodeo. They've been there before. Just stay put, crawl your way in, get parked as early as possible. Don't be late. When you first get there, go to the gift shop first. Amazing architecture. What a wonderful room. Even if you see a long line, do it first. Even if you see that the line turnstiles like this, doesn't matter, it flows fast, they move people through. You want to go buy everything you want first thing in the morning. Don't plan to go back again later. First thing, 2 things I think are must-buys. This lanyard right here, your ticket goes in. Your ticket has a little spindly little thing that could go around your wrist or your shirt. But if it rains, it's going to get wet. You could snag this and rip it and then you lose it. I wanted to protect this and put it in the lanyard. This is like $15. This is more comfortable to carry. It's heavier, it stays put instead of flopping around in the wind. Buy this lanyard. It's a great keepsake and it protects your ticket. Second must buy, The Masters chair. They say that you can bring your own chair with specific specs. Don't do it. This one is small, it's light. I have a couple of tips around this that I have not heard on YouTube. I will give you those in a minute. Buy the chair. And I'll come back to the chair in a moment. So, and of course buy your hats and your shirts and your flags, whatever. Anything you buy that you want to get autographed, you won't be able to get autographed. No autographs are allowed. So buy whatever you want and then do one of two things. When you're done, you can take it out to the car in the parking lot, because if you're parked at the Masters, it's pretty easy to get out there and back, and then you're not carrying it. Or you can take it with you and store it with your bag or with your chair if it's just a few small items. And I'm going to show you that when I open up the chair and talk about my tips on that. A third option, I said there was two, but there's actually three. They do have a shipping option. You can stand in another line and then they will package up everything and ship it to you. But just know I have a friend who bought two of the Masters figurines and had them shipped home. One of them arrived broken. And if it's broken, they won't ship you another one. They won't replace it. They won't fix it. So there is a little risk to that, just so you know. So once you've purchased all of your things and you've taken it out to the car, or you just have a few small things like a shirt and a hat, you're gonna go place your chair next. And you're gonna wanna figure out where to place it. There's a lot of great places. I'm gonna first talk about what we did. We were there on Wednesday during the par 3 tournament. Par 3 tournament starts at noon. It's where the players and their families, spouses, wives, girlfriends, kids, grandkids, can all walk with them, which is great fun. We wanted to place ours as close to a tee as possible, like right behind the rope. So we chose right behind 7, hitting over the water, down. We can see the approach shots. We can see and hear the interaction of the players standing around the tee. But right away, we could also see a little bit more of the course. So because it was the par 3 tournament, we wanted to place our chair at the par 3 tournament because we were going to walk the actual course around and not really sit for any long period of time. I wanted to see as much of the course as possible and as many different players. I didn't want to just track one group. If you're there during another day, Monday, Tuesday practice round, or a tournament day, you'll want to find a place, whether it's a tee or a green, that suits you. Amen Corner is very popular. 18 Green is an awesome place. There's all kinds of places. Figure out where you want to put your chair and put your chair. Don't worry about all the other chairs that are there. And what if somebody takes my chair? Or what if somebody sits in my chair or moves my chair? I've got some tips on that. So when I open up my chair, I'll talk about that. But that's important. Once you've got your chair placed, start walking the course. We for sure wanted to see as much as possible. I really wanted to make sure we saw the back 9. So we kind of was walking the course backwards. We jumped around a little bit. Amen Corner, 12, 13, 14, 15, those are amazing holes to see. And you want to see some players hitting into them, and you want to see the greens and the traps and the water and the azaleas, incredible. So make sure you've got good walking shoes because you're going to be walking around a lot. Make sure the clothing that you have is comfortable and you can actually cruise. When you need something to eat or drink, oh my gosh, have they got this dialed in. The lines move fast. There's plenty of places to buy food and drink, and it's cheap. A sandwich, $3. A beer or a glass of wine, I think, was $6. Waters are like $1. It is cheap. Now, one thing about food, they're known, this big story is the pimento cheese sandwich. Oh, I am not a fan of pimento cheese sandwiches. I didn't get one, I didn't try one. It just looked like 2 slices of bread with pimento cheese on it. It's like $1.50. In my opinion, if you want to waste $1.50 and eat a pimento cheese sandwich because you did at the Masters, by all means do it. But in my opinion, the barbecue sandwich, the club sandwich, all that stuff, way better. But I don't know, pimento cheese sandwich for $1.50, who knows? Anyways, very easy to find food and drink, no problem. Pace yourself. As we went around the course, there's areas where you can just sit in a grandstand for a little bit and rest and watch some groups. Pull up, grab some grass and just sit down, especially if it's up elevated, and look into a beautiful place. Rest along the way so that you can save your energy and get through the day. But see as much of the course as possible. One big tip that I've got for you too is, now I had a camera, so I could take plenty of pictures to remember, but I also wanted my mental photos. So I took time to just sit back and mentally soak it in so that I could really just absorb the day. And I wanted to take this moment here to talk about how I got my tickets and how I was able to go. I went with my brother and his wife and my dad to the Masters. My brother is a huge golfer. He had put his name into the lottery for the last 20 years. Finally, it came up with 4 tickets. So he asked his wife. He knew that he was going to ask my dad, because my dad is a golfer forever. He taught us boys how to golf. We have great memories of playing with my dad. It was a lifelong dream, and my dad was thrilled. It meant a lot to me, I know. It meant a lot to my sister-in-law, and it meant a lot to my brother to be able to, give this gift to my dad, which was awesome to experience that. So I wanted to mentally soak that in as much as possible. So that was huge. And I took photos so that I could go back to it. And I've got the souvenirs to kind of take myself back. So I'm really looking forward to watching it on TV this year so that I can refocus those mental photos that I've got of experiencing Augusta National, because there is nothing like it. So let's flip to me opening up this chair and talking about that part of it. Okay, the Masters chair. I'm sitting in it here. Again, there's specific size and rules around what kind of chair you can bring. Don't bring your own chair. Just buy this thing. It's comfortable enough. You can sit in it like this. There's no arms. Or, frankly, I was sitting in it like this for a little bit with the leg right there. You could just move around, and it's great. It's very small, very lightweight. It works. Now, a couple of things around this. When you pull the chair out of the bag, just drape the shoulder strap down over the chair. The souvenirs that I bought, I only bought a flag and a shirt and a hat. I shoved them in here so that I didn't have to walk around holding them all day, and I didn't have to walk them back to the car. They were hidden there. I think it was safe enough, so I didn't worry about it. I just hid them in there. Also, the chair has this little clear plastic window with a piece of paper in it. You can write your name and information on it. I didn't. What I did is I brought a business card and just shoved a business card in there. So then right away we could walk up and say, that's my chair. Also, bring a ribbon, a big string, something like that, shove it in your pocket. You can drape that and tie it onto your chair so that it's more easily seen, because there are thousands of these chairs. Again, Google the images to see chairs at the Masters, and you'll see a sea of these green chairs. We knew where we placed ours. We were right up front by the ropes, right in back of the tee on the practice, on the par 3 course. And if you're not sure if you're going to remember where it is, and it is a practice round, take a picture of it. And then you can go back to your camera and go, that's where our chair is. But put a ribbon if you need to, if you're stressed about it. But buy the chair. This is a great, easy way to Enjoy the Masters and get a little bit of a rest later in the day, in the afternoon, when you're tired. So again, we walked the course in the morning and then basically sat in one spot when we saw everything on the course we needed to, and we just needed to rest a bit. Regardless of how you do the Masters, just know that you are so fortunate, so blessed to be able to go. So prepare up front, be smart throughout the day, soak it all in, and just share the story and have a blast.